Good evening. My name is Parth Patel. I'm here to talk about future, about your kids, about college, and how competitive it's been. And there's one specific thing I want to talk about tonight. So now college has become very competitive, and it's almost impossible to differentiate on which student is an awesome student and which student's a good student because there are so many different factors that go into it. And you have a student that has a perfect SAT score but does not compete or does not participate in any extracurricular activities, yet you have another student that maybe gets a 2100 and does all these extracurricular activities, plays sports. So who do you accept? Well, that was actually a very easy answer. You accept the student with a 2100. And a lot of people aren't realizing the importance of extracurricular activities. They change your life. And I'm going to share a story and tell you guys about how it changed my life. Well, I've been in high school for 4 years now, and I have participated in various types of extracurricular activities, from sports to leaderships, student government, to DECA, Marketing Association, to a technology club. And let me tell you, my high school experience would not have been the same, and I would not be the same person. And I would not be here right now. Extracurricular activities, yes, they help improve SAT scores. Yes, they look good on a high school resume for college. They show that you have different skills and things like that. But what do they really show? They show you have social skills. The job market right now. There are many jobs open right now, but we do not have a labor force that is skilled enough to take on those jobs or has the social aspect or skill to take on those jobs. And you need both. And what happens is we have these extremely intelligent people, but they don't know how to talk to other people. And that's what you learn from these extracurricular activities. You learn that engagement. You learn how to introduce yourself to a new person. You learn what an elevator speech is. You learn how to speak quickly but efficiently. And you learn how to make better relationships. And so through all of my experiences, I have met so many different people that have very different skills that are unique. I've met people that have worked in a circus, have traveled the country, have traveled the world, have been a part of a show on Broadway. I've met so many different people in my life, and let me tell you, those experiences have helped me be who I am today. And it's extremely crucial because whenever you're applying for college, what they're looking for is they're looking for that student who has potential. Not that student that's only smart, but that student who has pushed himself out of his comfort zone and has really gained some new skills because he loves learning, he loves going out there, he likes meeting new people. Because that social aspect, that networking where you meet doctors, lawyers, engineers, or just someone that's, volunteer, anybody, any new people that you meet, maybe through a community service project or through a leadership position or at some conference, all these people, all these different relationships you're establishing will help you in the future. And they want to see that you're doing this at an early age, that you'll continue to do it in college and thereafter. And another thing is, what shows success, whenever admissions officers are looking at high school students, they want to see that they are excelling in the previous environment. They want to see them flourishing in high school. So they want to see them, go into these different areas through extracurricular activities and really develop those social skills, get to know other people, and whenever you're able to do that, you unleash a different side of yourself. You can do so much more. You can learn faster. Time management. Those are huge things. But the one thing I want to talk about today is the social aspect of extracurricular activities. The ability to go up to someone and say, "Hey, how are you? How are you doing?" Shake their hand, give them a firm handshake, and really get to know that person really quickly. And possibly become a business partner with that person, or who knows what. But that social aspect, Let me give you an example. This last week, I attended a fall leadership conference in Atlanta for DECA, and on our way back, we stopped at Chick-fil-A. And when we were at Chick-fil-A, there was a guy there, and he was just like, "Hey, what are you guys here for?" And out of everyone there, I was just like, I just spoke up and told him, and it wasn't really like, "Hey, I'm the leader. I'm going to speak for everyone." I just it was just natural, and I was like, "We're here for fall leadership conference. We're on our way back home. We go to Woodstock High School and things like that." And we talked and talked, and he gave me some advice. And he was basically he was a salesperson for oil companies and truckers and stuff like that. And so we talked, and he gave me his business card. And I told my marketing teacher, and I was like, "Hey, this guy he's very experienced. He's in the marketing area. Why don't you contact him and have him come and talk to your students?" And my teachers talked to him, and now he's going to be coming, I think, within the next couple of weeks to talk to some of her classes, which is a great experience for those kids. But here's the thing. I would have not have been able to get his business card or talk to him or just come out openly and initiate that first, "Hey, my name is Parth. We're here for DECA." And that part, that first initiation, that comes natural to me. It's something that's changed. I was not like this in middle school or elementary school. In high school, through all these different extracurricular activities, and meeting not only very intelligent people, but meeting different kinds of people with so many different sorts of talents, and they're unique, very funny people, very logical people, people in between, people that are great at sports and love talking about sports, and looking at what these people are interested in, and exploiting that, and talking about your own interests, and finding a common ground. And being able to talk to a stranger is so important, because when you go to college, you're going to be around 5,000-10,000 people that you've never met in your life before. You have to be able to make friends, make relationships or connections, so that you can be successful. It's not only about yourself. And extracurricular activities are I cannot stress how important they are, because the amount they help you develop your social skills is unimaginable. And is one thing that I'm extremely thankful for that I have done, is participate in these extracurricular activities. And I'm telling you, when you go back home and you talk to your kids and you tell them, or tell your friends or family about what I'm telling you, extracurricular activities could possibly be the most important thing your student or kid could do in high school. They open students up to a whole new world. You apply what you learn in the classroom. You have fun. You meet new students. You meet friends. New friends. You make new friends. You meet new teachers in the school. You really find your own self. You find your place. And when you find that extracurricular activity, that interest, you're not supposed to force yourself, because then you won't enjoy it, or you won't really take in that entire social part. But when you find that one activity that you really enjoy, it can be drama, dance, basketball, technology club, math team, whatever it is, that's when you get that experience. And you meet those people, and you learn to introduce yourself, and you learn to talk to these strangers, because that's who you're around, and that's who you get to know. And through that experience, your character develops. You become a new person, and it's all for the better. And in the future, it is so important. Because first of all, it's extremely important when you're applying to college. Extremely important. I know someone, I attended the Governor's Honors Program this past year, and I know students who have been 2300s on their SAT, or 2400s, valedictorian, salutatorian, or whatever it is, and they don't get into some of these programs or some of these colleges because they can't talk. Everything's interview based. They want to see that you're going to be able to use your intelligence, not just have a sheet of paper and answer problems. You have to be able to apply, because they're always, when you're out in the real world and working in an industry, you do your own thing, but then you always have a boss or a partner and someone that you have to talk to and explain your research to, or explain your accounting information or your math, or whenever you're trying to do sales pitch and marketing, or it doesn't matter if you have your own business, there's always someone else that you have to talk to. You're never going to be by yourself in your own little room or office working all day. You have to be able to communicate. And if you start this in high school, it helps so much, because you start developing it at an early age, and colleges will see that. and I'm so thankful that I've been able to do that. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming tonight. I really appreciate it, and I really hope that you've learned something. And that social aspect is just something that you can't get anywhere else. And that's why colleges place such a big emphasis on extracurricular activities. I hope everyone has a good night, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.